Off the Grid just released their open beta so everyone around the globe can play the game right now on PC, PS5, or Xbox Series X. If you're new to Off the Grid, then this ultimate beginner's guide will get you from noob to pro fast. In my latest intel report, I break down every aspect of this third-person battle royale extraction shooter hybrid that you won't be able to stop playing. It's mission time. Welcome back, agents. Secret Agent Stash here. We are at GIA headquarters, the gaming intelligence agency, always bringing you the latest intel and the newest games. Now, I've been playing Off the Grid for the entire closed access early testing, and this video contains everything you need to know to get started fast and Off the Grid, so you don't end up like this noob with his legs blown off. I'm gonna cover the game loop, weapons, cyberlimbs, loadouts, extracting, movement, the map, contracts, and how to win. Let's get it. Off the Grid is a high-intensity combination of battle royale and extraction shooter where up to 20 teams of 3 compete to extract hexes and be the last team standing. You start off by dropping into Teardrop Island with your sweet jetpack, a vital element of this game. Once you drop on your selected location, you loot to find weapons, cash, and hexes. Extracting a hex is the only way to get items out of the match, so watch out for other teams, because as soon as you pick up that sweet loot box, they'll be gunning for you. The grid closes in on you as time ticks down until the last team is standing, and that win earns you some in-game currency, XP, and of course, bragging rights. Weapons in Off the Grid are not far from those that are used in other games like Warzone. They can be found in-game in loot boxes, on the ground, or taken from other players. Unlike Tarkov, you don't keep the items with you when you win, only the hexes you extract. There are 7 gun categories with 6 assault rifles, 4 SMGs, 2 LMGs, 2 shotguns, 2 snipers, 2 marksmen, and 3 sidearms. If you've played Warzone, it's very similar. I'll break down each gun and best loadouts in another video, so look for that. You can customize weapons with attachments to build the perfect loadout. There are 6 slots to customize, including stock, sight, barrel, muzzle, underbarrel, tactical, magazine, and pistol grip. Depending on the rarity of the weapon, you can have up to 4 of these slots used at any one time. Right now, some of the more popular weapons are the Kite, Tacoma, and Woodpecker SMGs, the Kestrel Sniper, the Squall Shotgun, and the M4 Commodore Assault Rifle. Cyberlimbs are a really cool way to further customize your character with special abilities similar to ones you find in Apex Legends. You get to equip each individual left and right arms as well as legs in this game. There are 13 cyber arms that include Ghost, Paralyzer, Buzzkiller, Recon Drone, Slam Fist, Hook Shot, Ripper, Kinetic Shield, Javelina, Phosphor Fury, Trip Mine, Slugger, and Skunk Paw. Then there are 4 cyber legs, which include the Leapers, Roadrunners, the Hammerheads, and the Thumpers. The current meta is Leapers or Roadrunners for legs and Paralyzer and Phosphor Fury for limbs. But there are so many great combinations of arms out there for different builds, and I'll break them down in more detail in another video. Loadouts in Off the Grid are an absolute must and are the key to extracting and winning in the game. You can create your own personal loadout from the lobby screen, or you can grab a free loadout that will randomly drop around the map. These free loadouts are pre-generated and can be handy until you get your personal loadie. You can call your personal loadout anytime you have enough cash, and a drone will come drop it to you at your marked location. This is why being a loot goblin early on is key to your survival. Get that money! Do keep in mind as you build your loadout, each weapon and attachment increases the buy cost of that loadout. Look at leaving out a pistol or not using attachments like laser pointers to reduce the cost. Unlike Warzone, you need to extract weapons and cyberlimbs from hex loot boxes you find in game, or buy them with in-game currency on the marketplace versus just unlocking and leveling up each weapon. This is why finding hexes and extracting them is so important. Hexes are special in-game loot boxes that contain one random item that you can actually extract from the game and keep it in your inventory. Think of it like CSGO cases, but you find them inside the game while you play instead of just buying them. There are 5 different types of hexes you can find that include weapon, cyberlimb, weapon skin, attachment, and customization. Each hex can have a different rarity, which include common, uncommon, rare, and epic. The higher the rarity, the better the item. For instance, epic guns have 4 attachment slots unlocked, where a common gun will only have 1 slot. Hexes are found inside loot boxes, and every size loot box has a chance to drop one. They can also be found by completing missions called teardrop ops, taken from other players you kill, or from interrupting an extraction in progress and stealing the hex. That's my favorite. A hex must be taken to a hextractor, which are placed all around the map to actually extract the item from the game. Depending on the rarity of the hex, there is a variable countdown timer until it's fully extracted. You gotta protect that extraction from other teams until it finishes, or it could be stolen. An extraction can be interrupted by shooting the hex generators connected to the extractor and then hacking the actual machine. Once this happens, a negative countdown begins, and at the end, the hex will pop out of the machine and can be stolen by you. Movement in any battle royale is clutch, and Off the Grid does it so well. Your standard movement is augmented by the use of your jetpack and your Cyberlimbs, and utilizing both in combination can be explosive. For example, using leapers to jump in the air into your jetpack into a hook shot for insane movement. Your jetpack does not run out, but you can lose momentum and you can get damage, which prevents you from flying for a few seconds while it repairs. There are also tons of zip lines across the map that you can use to get vertical and deploy your jetpack for a quick escape. Now, learning the map will take a while, but just like all BRs, it's another key to success. In the Extraction Royale mode, you play on only a select portion of the full map. Right now that consists of Osio, Stork City, Little Kiev, and Salty. I suggest you find a location you like and drop there every time until you get used to where the loot boxes, the hextractors, and the contracts are located. I personally love the Salty Marshlands area and Stork City. If you look on the map, you'll see contracts or teardrop ops as they're called in the game, which are a great way to get early cash to call a loadout. There are 7 different ops you can do, with Netrunner and Drone Plunder being the easiest early cash. Bounty Hunter is also a great one for after you secure your loadout. Both the Drone Plunder and Hex Collector ops only show up on the map when you're close to them, so keep your eye on that mini-map. Hex Collector is one of the best to find because it's simple to complete and gives you a free hex. Other notable points of interest to look out for are zipline drones, free loadouts, and redeployment terminals. There are a couple special items you can find in-game that are pretty important to note, which include the armor plates you're familiar with from games like Warzone, as well as the Adreno Shot for health regen, and 5 different classes of backpack with different abilities. These backpacks include the Simple Backpack, which increases your inventory slots, the Soldier Backpack, which reloads your holstered weapon automatically, the Limb Accelerated Backpack, which recharges your limbs faster, and then the Grid Shield Backpack, which protects you from the life-stealing effects from the grid for a short time. It's very similar to a gas mask in Warzone. I really love switching between the Soldier, Limb Accelerator, and Grid Shield backpacks depending on the situation. It's great to have a loadout with each one slotted in for a different scenario. Alright agents, now that you've been briefed on this important intel, it all comes down to getting that W. Winning requires good teamwork, situational awareness, fluid movement, and good weapon and cyberlimb management. You get infinite respawns until the respawn timer is up. Listen for that audio cue for this, as it happens very fast, and you'll then see an icon on your screen that shows infinite respawns are disabled. After the respawn timer is up, your squad mates will have to buy you back at a redeployment terminal. Shortly after you drop in though, the grid will be active. It's similar to the gas in Warzone or the storm in Fortnite. It'll push you into a tighter circle until the last team is standing, which many times ends up being a fight inside the grid. This is where a Grid Shield backpack will come in handy. Now, winning earns you a good amount of XP, and you can also earn in-game currency, which you can use to get more gear and cosmetics in the marketplace. I'll do a separate video about all the marketplace elements here soon. Intel report complete. Well, hopefully that was a helpful guide to get you started, agents, but if you do have more questions about Off the Grid, then jump into my Discord, where we have over 100 members in my guild, the GIA Hextractors, that can help you out. We're still recruiting for our guild in all regions, so if you're ready to clan up with a group of fun-focused gamers that love to extract and go for the win, hit the link below to get signed up. That's all we have for today, agents. As always, this briefing never happened. Secret Agent Stash, over and out.
Secret Agent Stash. Secret Agent Stash. Oh!